Hello, wrestling fans. We are back again, and apologies. I am still a bit under the weather, so not sounding too good, but Impact recently had their IPWF show, which is, I'm not sure if it was the second or third. Gary knows those kind of things. I think it was the third, and we've never seen the second one. We'll get
It's
into
actually
that. Sorry.
it's actually the fourth, Jay.
Whoa, way off. Okay, well,
Yeah.
Gary already made me look stupid, so I'm going to make him look stupid by mentioning his Philadelphia Eagles got their ass kicked last night. Now, before we get back to Gary, let me just mention we have some news like Gary will get into this no surrender and something called Bayou Blast tapings were announced. This was like just announced right before we recorded, literally like 20 minutes ago. Pretty weird. Return to New Orleans. TNA Wrestling returns to New Orleans for back-to-back nights of live pro wrestling, February 23rd and 24th at the Alario Center. And I believe Gary said this is their first time here, so I'm going to put you on the whatever it's called. Is it their first time here?
I'm more than positive it is. I think that's what Impact's goal in 2024 is to kind of go to the nicer, more
You heard it, folks.
sedate
Gary,
venues.
you heard it, folks. Gary just guaranteed they have never been at the Alario Center before, so send him all kinds of nasty messages if he's wrong. Now, either way, that's cool. Cool news. Nice, cool graphics, man. I just like just seeing it. It's a weird graphic to be fair because it's kind of a 2-in-1 graphic where it's no surrender and Bayou Blast. So it's got Moose and Jordan and Eddie on the left side. So I thought at first like that was a no surrender thing, and it was kind of a hint that Moose is champion or going to be champion. And I think you said maybe, but then on the other side it's everyone else. So it's like Josh, Shelley is in the middle, and everyone else.
MK
Geez,
Ultra.
I was going to say our girls, MK Ultra, who need so much more time. It's sickening. I just saw a video of Kelly, who I think she was at Revolver this weekend, and she did a promo. I think it was like from her bed, but like it wasn't like she was being like sexier in the bed. It was just like she happened to be in her bed doing a promo. You know what I mean? And it was still an awesome
Oh yeah.
promo. Like she doesn't need anything. That's my point. Like she could have been in a goddamn closet. She could have on the floor somewhere. It was an awesome promo.
Well, and
I
I
don't know.
don't
It
know.
just makes me crazy. Like they don't get more time and stuff.
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught the staging setup at Revolver, and it looked really sweet. So
Oh, it always
if
does. Yeah, I
Impact,
know. And again, I mean
yeah,
that's
if
Sammy who's
you
gone,
noted,
which yeah, and that's Sammy's place. If people who don't know who's gone, which kind of sucks, but we will see what happens, and maybe he'll return. I'm pretty sure he's not signed with anyone yet. Maybe he's just taking a little break with Revolver. Maybe he's like, let's see them throw more money at me when TNA comes along. That could be a thing. And okay, some more quick news, and it's all on Chris Sabin. There is not much Impact news in the world right now, and I don't know, man. It sucks. I don't want to get into a whole negative thing about ratings and all, and how we literally have not even seen them in what, Gary, a month?
yeah, I don't know how much the production upgrade is kind of affecting our travel right now. I don't know if this is kind of like, they're putting it on pause or kind of just coasting into the rebirth of TNA, but that's kind of what
No,
it seems.
I totally agree, and I think they are doing that. But like at the same time, like ratings are going to be so goddamn low. Like, how are they going to just
Yeah,
bounce back just because of TNA? I mean, like again, I
yeah,
say it all the time. The internet is not that like social media is not as big as these wrestling people think it is. They think like a tweet of this is going to happen. It's going to get like 100,000 viewers, and it's going to be more like 20,000. But whatever,
yeah,
we'll see.
and I know in the past we've gotten retweets and tweets from certain Impact wrestlers. As of late, it's been kind of like dead air for us on the
Yeah.
channel for that. So I
So
mean, it
really,
kind of speaks volumes.
so really fast. Chris Sabin spoke, did a few interviews. One was on the Battleground podcast. There's highlights on WrestleZone where he talked about if he would consider exercising option C on Alex Shelley, which we discussed, a lot of fans discussed. It would be super interesting, and blah 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 blah. No, he's not going to because they're friends, and that's it. And I don't even know why you would say something like that. Like that's like I don't want to say it's a spoiler, but like it kind of is in a way. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
spoiling a cool idea that we should be thinking about. And sure, maybe it's a swerve, but I think if he was gonna cash in, I think it would have happened at the end of this year or in the mid this year. Like they had so much time, and more momentum at
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. And like now, I think it has to be just new shit next year.
And I was just looking around. I did dig up some more news. Apparently, this Thursday on Access, we're going to be seeing the recap of the Mexico shows. So,
All right,
like your
well,
luchadors, this should be a good
it's
show.
better than nothing. But I thought it would be like just a show from Mexico. You know,
Yeah.
until I saw that there was people like Sexy Star on the show, which my God, I can't even. I could do a whole podcast on that. What
Yeah.
the fuck? What are they doing working with her? Like, how do you
Yeah, I
not
don't know.
just talk to Conan and be like, yeah, this bitch is not going anywhere near any of our fucking knockouts. I don't want her in the building. You know what I mean? Or don't go that far. She's not wrestling. She almost fucking tore Rosemary's arm off. Like this isn't a fake thing. This is a real thing that happened. Like that
Yeah,
doesn't
she
happen.
should have.
That does not happen in wrestling. How many times have you
She
heard something
definitely.
like that?
She definitely should have been blackballed and not even allowed
Exactly.
in.
That's exactly
Swear
that shit that happens like 50 years ago when people try to murder someone in the fucking ring. She tried to tear a fucking
because
arm
I
off.
mean,
She's a fucking
I
animal.
know from having a knee operation. I know, like bones and whatnot.
Yeah.
They never really heal
Yeah.
properly.
Can
And like,
you imagine someone
and
trying to? Can you imagine a
yeah.
trained person trying to tear your fucking knee apart with their arms? Like when you're trusting them with your fucking life because that's your job.
Well, and I'm
And
sure to this
I,
day,
I, I
Rosemary.
always speak nicely about girls, but that bitch should be blackballed.
Well, and I'm sure Rosemary is still probably to this day feeling the after effects of
Oh
the
yeah, of
nerve damage.
course. Yeah, I mean, I'm
Probably
even. Yeah,
fucking broke.
yeah. Well, Rosemary, she can live her life, the rest of her career, as Courtney Rush, a nobody that nobody cares about, and going to actual meeting fans as Rosemary for the rest of her life. Which I feel like it's like a spit in the face to Impact fans who love the character
Well,
of Rosemary, and now we're forced to watch this shit character. While at the same time, she knows what makes money because she's Rosemary at all these goddamn things.
and you mentioned in Rosemary
But
makes me
also,
think
sorry,
where.
but also maybe it's a fuck Impact because you're working with people like Sexy Star. So I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Sorry, go ahead.
my thing is just Rosemary goes one hand in hand with what I'm thinking about right now is where the heck is Sue Young been?
Oh yeah, she's another one. Also on the roster page still. And speaking of that, I was recently talking to my
And
boy
married
Robles.
to Rich Swann, or was.
Yeah. To be fair, Shogun is also on that roster page, so I don't know. I mean, I think they do a good job of updating it, but is Shogun on the roster? And if he is, what is a roster exactly? Because I haven't seen that dude in years on television outside of like YouTube shit. But okay, so Chris Saban had
Yeah.
another thing where he said, this is with Fightful. Someone asked him about, oh no, sorry, this is Fightful, who also did the Battleground podcast. So the same goddamn interview. Good job, Battleground. Good questions. So they asked him what was his favorite X Division championship because he's gone, he's had 10 and he's probably held almost all of them. And he said his favorite was the NWA TNA X Division, the one with the big red X on it. I thought that was the most recognized title. And to be fair, I mean, I didn't read this part before to you, Gary. If you look around wrestling nowadays, you see a lot of titles that look copied. The NX title being one, so that was a very innovative title. Now, I do agree with that, even though it was a little, like, much, I think, like, if you look at it now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of, I don't know. I like it, but it's kind of compared to the one we have now, which one's more detailed. And I don't know, just the red on the silver plating looks really awesome to see.
Yeah, no, they do have awesome. I mean, I give them shit about a lot of things, but their titles are just goddamn beautiful. And now, before we get into Jesus, it keeps happening. My voice changes, like I'm going through puberty again. But I'm 44 years old, and that wouldn't make any sense. Look, I sounded like Adam Sandler there for a second. What's happening to my voice? Okay, so I've been recording on my laptop, which really sucks because then I can't do sounds. Which, I mean, I can do them, but then only I can hear them in my head, and it's super confusing and weird. I just don't know why I can't get them to play on this. Again, someone let me know. Jesus, we have a lot of listeners and shit. I know one of you out there knows the answer to this question. Just leave a goddamn comment. Get in touch with me. Whatever. I'm a nice guy. I'm just a lunatic on podcasts and social media. Everywhere else, super cool, super chill. So you've got mail. This comes from Christian Thompson, one of our favorites, who writes for TJRWrestling.net, I believe. Might be .com. Sorry, they did not do a review this week, and I can't blame them. Or maybe they did, and it's not up yet. Sorry. Because it was IPWF, and I get it. And here's a great example, I think. 411 Mania did 2 reviews. He-Man-Chu, who does the weekly reviews, gave it a 5.8. So, I mean, I think I'd rather not watch a show than watch a 5.8. But then Hall, who doesn't do the weekly reviews, gave it an 8 and loved it. So, I don't know. I think it's like a casual fan kind of thing would probably maybe like it more. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah. I would think like if you're going into it like you're an NWA fan, I think it'd be right up your alley. But if you're kind of like a diehard one, like me and Jay likes, likes probably the ring, the promos and whatnot, and a little bit of the nostalgia. But at the end of the day, like I don't know, I feel like we've been here, done that. We had Wrestle House a few times, and I just want all the comedy gone. I want Impact to be seen as a serious promotion.
Okay, here's a great. I mean, this is from He-Man-Chu, who again I usually always quote. Wait, what the hell just happened? What the hell are we just talking about? How did I jump over the Christian Thompson question? I did the whole "you've got mail" sound. All right, sorry. Going back.
Oh,
Christian Thompson.
You're refer to...
Sorry, what were you saying?
Oh, just I think you're going to go with referring to Destination X. I think you said.
Yeah. Is Destination X the worst built pay-per-view PLE monthly special in the history of wrestling? So basically, the best. Is it the worst built monthly special in the history of wrestling? Now, the history of wrestling, that's a big one. Let me start off by saying I don't know all the history of wrestling, so I can't answer that one, but let's just kind of cut it down to Impact. How about that? And I will shoot it over to Gary for a second. Is this a thing, Gary, with Impact fans that Destination X has shit booking, or? What was the last one?
That I'm blanking on too because it's
okay. I just
so
looked it up.
long.
Okay, so it was 2012. I just looked it up. So we didn't have one this year. I'll just make it sure.
Yeah.
Like, is there one coming up? That's what I was wondering about. Like, where the hell did this question come from, Thompson? Even though it's interesting. Like, is there one coming up?
Yeah.
I don't think they announced one. But the last one, okay, to be fair, the last one was, good lord, it was just like, okay, it was a little tournament matches. Ready? Mason Andrews defeated Dakota Darso, Lars Only, and Rubix. Mason Andrews defeated Kid Cash. Kenny King defeated Doug Williams. Sanjay defeated Rashad Cameron. Someone named Flip Casanova was on the show. Whatever, you get it. Okay, so that was the last one they had.
We might want to mention. You might want to mention about Darso. He's actually the son of one half of Action Smash.
Oh yeah. Oh,
it'd be Smash's son.
How's he doing in life?
I think he's still
wrestling life.
I think he kind of retired from that. I think, Jay. I think he's kind of.
Oh my God, we were wrong. There was a Destination X this year. It was a television show.
Oh, okay. Well,
wait a minute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm 10 years old. I'm 10 years behind right now. I'm looking at 2020. I'm looking at 2013. Like it's 20. You know what I mean?
I couldn't remember the last time we've done one, and I don't know why we haven't done a
really got to thank once again. Let me thank Christian for giving a question that is really confusing us, and we're struggling to even find the. Okay, I got it. The last Destination X was 2017. Is that possible?
It's been a minute.
Well, there you go, Thompson. You're probably right, and that's why they got rid of it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I was reading 2000.
Anything about it though. Like I used to like it when it was on back in the day. I kind of wondered why we went away from it.
Maybe make it a special, but yeah, it's probably not good. I'm sorry. I mean, as like kind of like like an AEW kind of special. You know how they make every other weekly show is like, every other Dynamite is like, it's not Dynamite, or it's like Dynamite like Winter is Coming or some shit. And I think it's a good idea. I think it's a little shady, but I would like to see Impact do a little more than that. Maybe cut down on the special shows, especially when they can't make them that special. But yeah, I mean, looking fast, Lashley versus Matt Sydal, where the winner would receive a GFW title match of their choosing, was the pay-per-view here, or Lashley versus Eddie. That was some fun shit. Lashley versus Eddie. They had some great feuds. And then 2015, Kurt Angle versus Austin Aries. But that's going really far back. And, well, okay, how about this one?
Yeah.
How about this one? 2011, AJ versus Daniels. Well, I don't know. I mean, in terms of booking and stuff, yeah, I guess you could say it's just random because, like, the way that they had the, like, didn't all these things have, like, the tournament in the beginning? Or, I don't know. Some of them?
A lot of times they did, yeah. But, like, I don't know. It's just, like, since
Okay,
we've
I
got,
just
like,
pulled up
numerous-
2014. Let's see if we can prove the Wolves defeated the Hardys. Low Key defeated DJZ and Manic. I mean, I think this stuff was pretty, like, in terms of booking. Sonata defeated Brian Cage. Jesus Christ. Oh, I'm going to throw up. They had Sonata and Brian Cage and Low Key.
Yeah,
And,
no, that's
Wolves.
why I don't like.
All right, we're not going to talk about this anymore. Thanks for making us all sad. You can all blame Christian Thompson at tjrwrestling.net for that question, or .com, sorry. Lashley Aries, Samoa Joe, Homicide, Tigre Uno. What happened to Tigre Uno? Oh, man. Remember Tigre Uno?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
It
miss
was
I
fun.
miss the wrestling.
Shit. Okay, so first off, what did you think about the show? I'm not going to lie. I did not watch the entire thing, and Gary did.
It had its moments. I'd say it's probably the best thing going for it. As I mentioned, they kind of edited everything together, like from past.
Yeah, that was slick. I did catch that, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was very well done.
Like they made it look like it's a continuing
like
show.
it's a weekly.
That's
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's slick because I mean it is like in their
kind of like it. It's kind of like they kind of paid homage to NWA mixed with their own history with the TNA Asylum days. With would they have a weekly pay-per-view? I think isn't that what they had, Jay?
I like it. I like it a lot, but going back to what you were saying, it's weird. You know what I mean? Like they don't really have much of an identity, and especially right now when people are tuning in, like, oh shit, is TNA back yet? And then they turn this on, and they're like, what the fuck is happening? You know what I mean? Like this is. And here's a great. Sorry, this is from Himanshu. This is great. This is just perfect. I mean, great writer. We got an episode of IPWF with Impact playing their alter egos in an imaginary wrestling promotion from 40 years ago. It's a fun episode with a bunch of colorful characters, blah, blah, blah. Shit, sorry, I started too early. You wish they did this at a different time than in weeks prior to Hard to Kill, their first TNA show in many years. A show you'd want people to be looking forward to. Unfortunately, between this Thanksgiving episode and the Mexico shows to follow, they're probably losing some of that momentum coming out of that TNA is back promo. Now, I'm sorry, but you fucking think, He-Man-Shoe? You think? Maybe? Some of those words should be cut out of there. They've lost an insane amount of momentum. That's a fact. Remember how Hot Wheels? We could talk about views. Look at our views based on our video. We literally called it like TNA is back or something. And since then, viewership has been, we can't even find it anymore. It was terrible timing, I think. I think they should have done it at the beginning of a year, maybe, you know?
Yeah, or had it like maybe put it on Access or something, like see how they would do like on a Saturday. Kind of like, an old.
How about surprise people? Like start the year as Impact and then have like a fucking TNA just, maybe some guys start it. Maybe it's maybe a group starts it. You know what I mean? Like an old school TNA group, kind of like the NWO, and then they end up turning the fucking entire show into TNA, like the NWO wanted to do.
Yeah, we definitely need that kind of, shock factor.
Whatever. I don't think they have. I just don't think they have that kind of like creativity and shit. I mean, I talk to my boy Robles all the time. We were recently talking about like the first TNA show and all that, and like which song should be used, and I said to him, like, I don't even think they're thinking that far ahead. You know what I mean?
No.
It's really fast. I'm curious what fans think. Like, do you think they should go with the original song? Do you think they should go with like maybe one of their best songs? Like, what do you think they're most known as? I would think Cross the Line. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Right? That or
what's the most beloved?
What's that one song they used to have? I can't remember.
This girl just screamed. This girl's literally teenage girls just outside my apartment screaming at the top of their lungs. Fucking America. Thanks, Biden.
Oh,
All right.
Adrenaline Rush was a very well liked theme. I'd be okay with that, but I kind of feel like we should go.
You know the damn Gary knows the fucking names, man. Also, shout out to Larry, who producer, not feeling too well like myself, but in a different way. So hopefully he's doing better. And sorry, go back.
Get better, Larry.
Yeah, what were you saying there?
Oh, I just said get better, Larry.
Oh yeah, no, before that. Rudely cut you off.
No, I just was. I think with it being a rebirth of TNA, I think we need to, maybe get somebody in the kind of like recording industry, like to maybe not somebody
make a new
high society. Yeah.
How about this? I don't know shit about music, but I was thinking a mix. You know what I mean? Of like maybe different themes of the years, but kind of like maybe like a new theme. I don't know, whatever. If that makes sense. I don't know shit about music.
I honestly think if we should go somewhere,
we'll leave it to our listeners who are so goddamn good at leaving comments. It's amazing. We've gotten about 5, and I think this year, and thank you all for those. Okay, so I guess we'll go down this show a little bit since. Wait, no, I thought I just had an idea about something, but okay. Here's what I really liked: the little things, like I think we said this before, like the continuity. I'm pretty sure not many Impact fans are begging to see Josh Matthews back on television, but it fits here. Like he's the announcer for IPWF. Like it made perfect sense, and I actually like seeing him back.
Yeah, I think my only qualm about it is his father. Well, Scott D'Amore.
I forgot about that. Okay, well that's my qualm. Go ahead.
He has an accent, but Josh has none. Not even a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Bad continuity. Unless it's not his son. Find out season 5 of IPWF. Yeah. Also, have we never seen 3? Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think you had commented. Somebody said it got put on Impact Plus at one point. And I don't know if they removed it by the.
That also pissed me off. Like I was into this the first 2 years, then that was just like they announced it, and I was waiting for it, and it was just gone. And then they popped it back this year, and again, like K-Man Shu says here, I just hate the timing, but it's a fun little show, and whatever.
Yeah, that's Moose.
Moose always looks like he's having a fucking blast, man. Like especially with this character when he gets to dance around and shit. So I mean, I like it for that part. Even Josh looks like he's having more fun than normal. Like I don't know, I'm sure they all are having more fun than normal. But it was fun. I mean, most of the stuff is fun. It was just like, for me, it's like, I'm just dying for it. TNA. I'm dying to see what they do. I'm not dying. I'm literally not dying for it. Everyone relax. Don't call ambulances or anything.
Yeah.
I really want to see what happens with TNA, Like, and I think that first show is going to be super interesting. And, like, I think so much depends on that first show. Like, if I were them, I would, again, I was talking about this with Robles I forgot the hell if we were doing a bunch of shit recently, but super creative. And how would you start the show? That's what we were talking about. And there's no question in my mind. I would start the show with a TNA gimmick match. I don't know which one exactly. Maybe King of the Mountain, but I'm thinking a reverse battle royal, so you get a lot of people in there. Do you think they have to do a promo to be like, we're TNA now and blah, blah, blah? Or do you just fucking do it, man?
Sorry about that, Jay. I got a background noise there. I'm trying to talk over that.
Okay, Gary just left me. I thought I had a good point there. Well, my point was, do you think they should, like, on the first TNA episode, how do you want to start? I think there should be, I just said, a gimmick match, and I would like to see the reverse battle royal just because it's so against everything they've done for years, and plus that shit gets a lot of people on TV. But my real question is, do you need a promo? You know what I mean? Like, do you need like a This Is TNA promo, or do you just do it?
I don't know. I wouldn't mind a hype video of some sort. Kind of like, like before a big game, like
Well, I mean, I'm thinking
Eagle.
that's what the new promo is going to be, or the new song theme, whatever.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
then what do you do? Do you start off with a promo, or would you rather see just like a hot fucking old school TNA gimmick match, or is that too much? King of the Mountain, would that be too much? Because then you have to explain the old shit again, and I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know what they should do because,
If they
like,
don't have,
one of our listeners had, on Facebook, had said like pretty much everybody's done everything. They need to,
yeah, no, that was a good point. Yeah, that was a great point.
recreate.
Yeah, recreate things. And I gotta say, man, I was like, I don't know, I kind of thought about it like, well, how the fuck are you gonna recreate things? And I kind of think that's what Christian is doing at the moment. He is recreating, I think, kind of what a heel is these days. He's saying shit that nobody has said in, I don't know, a long time, at least since I've been watching wrestling. You don't talk about people's
Yeah, I
dead.
seen some.
You don't talk about people's dead parents. It's fucking. But everyone I know loves it. And like, I did a poll today on Twitter with this dude. I forget his name, Wrestling Mark or something. He's like the nicest fucking person. Really cool dude. Has a gigantic fan base. I don't know why he follows me. Maybe he just clicked on me by mistake or something. But he had like a ton of polls, and one of them was like, "Who's the best heel in wrestling?" And he killed MJF. And I did a poll in my little tiny group, and he also beat MJF. But like, the point wasn't to be like, to abuse MJF. It was just like, MJF is awesome.
No,
and that's how fucking good Christian is right now.
Yeah, you're putting them on that level.
Like, it feels more adult. Yeah, and it feels like more adult. Like you were just saying, like what were you like upgrading? Like upgrading or whatever. Like, everything has been done. And like, speaking of that, I was watching something the other night, and so I wrote it on whatever. The goofball wrestler was in the ring, and the genius wrestler came out on the ramp, and the goofball stared at him for a second, and then the goofball got pinned because he was distracted. Like, those are the kind of things, like, I never want to see that shit again. You know what I mean? Like, certain things we've seen a billion fucking times. Like, get that out of wrestling. Like, just think of something new. Have someone come out from somewhere else. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I think that's exactly what that person was talking about. It's like a TV show. If you watch a television show that did the same shit every fucking week, you would eventually stop watching. Yeah. But whatever. Can you think of anything off the top of your head that you really hate like that? Like a little silly, stupid thing maybe that you just don't want to see in wrestling? Here's another quick one. Those fucking garbage cans that are so obviously fake. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not how garbage cans work, man. You can't hit someone forever and it just keeps reshaping.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like a lot of the ladders, like some of the ladders that they use too. Like some of, like in the past, like they actually use these heavy duty things, and then you got other ladders that they bend or whatever.
Yeah, I totally agree. Stick with the fucking good ladders. I watched somebody doing a move on them. Like, they literally they got hurt or something. I forget what it was. They got injured because the fucking thing was the stupid ass ladder. But whatever. All right, so let's just run down the IPWF before we forget. So, Jesus, I don't even know how to do this. Rapid Delivery Pete beat the Kamikaze. Rich Swann got a win. That was nice to see, even though no one will remember it because it was on a show like this. Rhino beat Shira. Not going through their names. I did like the Sunday Morning Express. Chris Sabin and just they have written here some indie guy, which I thought was funny. Did you notice who this was?
What's that?
Did you notice who this person was? Because He-Man Shoe has some indie guy, and he's usually pretty damn smart. So I'm guessing this was a really short match.
I did notice an interesting thing with
Jake something?
No, it was a different talent.
One of the hard workers
was the speedball opponent.
Okay,
I noticed at one point the guy was wearing like a ninja.
Where the fuck is Speedball on this show?
I don't know if it's. I'm not sure if it was Speedball.
I swear to God, I'm getting angry reading these names, trying to figure out who's who.
Yeah.
I see Ace Austin, Eddie Edwards, Jordan Grace. Oh, I want to say shit! Wow, remember we read that? I read something like, why is fucking Eddie Edwards teaming with Jordan Grace? I guess. Wow, I guess I read some of these spoilers and they weren't
Well,
called like IPWF at the time. Wow.
I noticed that
Nope. You're just
was actually.
Nope. You're just making shit up here. Speedball was not here unless his name was Kamikaze, which is not said here.
Oh,
But
the
did
guy
he
was
wrestle?
talking.
Sorry, did he wrestle Rich Swann? Will that help?
Yeah, that was it. I don't know why I was thinking Bailey.
Okay.
I think it might have something to do with the Thursday show. But yeah, Kamikaze was actually a referee later on.
Who was Kamikaze? Do you know? Or was it just some indie guy?
No, I would imagine he's probably wrestles at BCW. Maybe he looks fit.
Like that's another thing about like this person was saying. Like it was just such a He-Man shoot. Just like he just nailed it, man. Like just the bad timing part. Like it's a cool show, but I don't know. Maybe put it on Impact Plus. Maybe put it on friggin' Twitch. Was I don't know why they got rid of Twitch. Like I don't know. I guess it was they didn't make much money, but still, I mean, it was a cool thing, and it had fans interacting with each other, and like I'll never forget that one night, man. Like Impact fans, like literally all joined together, just because there was like a woman at a bar, and Josh was there, and like somebody from Ring of Honor showed up, and it was their wife, and he was like, someone from Ring of Honor's wife was flirting with like the wrestlers, and it was happening live on Twitch, and it was insane, and fans might know it from the words something engineer. You can probably find it in the Twitch videos. It's like 45 minutes or longer. It's amazing video. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like real life. And like in the thing, like people are writing at the time, who's that guy? And then they find out, holy shit, that's the Ring of Honor head. And it's like, what? And it's his wife. It was like a fucking cuckolding thing. Like, I don't know. Whatever. Sorry, I don't know where that came from. I missed Impact on Twitch. And the awesome Twitter guy who used to run that account, whoever the hell that was. So Tommy Dreamer was backstage, and Rip Razor asked Tommy for a smoke. Tommy said, fuck that, I don't smoke. Razor said he'll never make it in the thing. I thought that was funny. And then, now here's something I'm reading, and please tell me that it didn't actually happen. Dreamer is backstage, brings a bag, and it's full of poop. That's what I'm reading. That's a sentence I just read out loud. He talks to Red Letter about standing up for himself. Myers comes in and says that's his bag. Dreamer says he thought it was Rip Razor's bag. So Dreamer put shit in Brian Myers' bag. What the fuck does that have to do with old school? That's just something Tommy Dreamer. I think Tommy Dreamer was just into this weird shit.
Well, I guess back in the day, like in the
literal shit
stuff, if there was between wrestlers, they'd get back at each other by doing that.
Yeah, well, how about we leave actual shit out of it? Seriously, just Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer is shit enough alone. He doesn't need actual shit to make me not want to watch him. Good Lord. And if you ever want to hand somebody shit, give it to Gia Miller. I'll watch. I'll do anything. So, and speaking of Gia, she was in a match. I just love seeing. I mean, she looks. You ever see what she wears on every goddamn match? Like, she always has awesome gear. She always looks incredible. Like, I don't know why she's not part of the Impact, the Knockouts roster.
Yeah, she had a pretty revealing.
Oh my God, gorgeous,
sexy as hell. Outfit. That I'm surprised it kind of made it through Access TV censors.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you've seen Sky Blue, but good Lord, her whole gimmick, I think, or her whole character is just her ass. So you might want to look into that. Not literally into her ass, but around it and whatever. So I can't do it with the goddamn names. It's killing me. Cowboy Colt McCoy and Rough Rider. Who the fuck is that? Okay, so Eddie and Jordan beat Ace and Gia. Oh, these names, good Lord. And then the Masked Brother faced DJ Too Large, which I do know is Moose. That's a returning one. Like that one. And the Masked Brother, I believe, was Shelly, I want to say.
Kazarian. It's Kazarian.
Oh, okay. I was close. Old school.
Yeah.
Solid dude. And the Masked Brother defeated DJ
He did a
Too
really
Large.
good job he did a good job throwing his voice too.
Oh, Kazarian?
Yeah, because it was like he was trying to like be this ruffian kind of character. He kind of like sounded like he was half drunk a little bit.
Did he wrestle like? You know what I mean? Like, did you know it was him when he was wrestling? Did you have any clue?
I only knew it was him is because of his muscular build,
Okay.
his size, and he
Yeah.
has kind of like a dark tone to his
Good for
skin.
him. Well,
I
good for
do.
him that he was at least, he probably fooled a bunch of people, I'm sure. Not everyone is as
It
what you
was
want
it
to
was
call it
unique
as.
to see an old school mask and an Impact product though.
What's
It kind
another
of seemed
thing?
kind of
Jesus, why can't we get a masked person?
yeah.
Just every week, throw out a masked wrestler out there. You know what's going to happen? Kids are going to buy masks. I'm telling you. That's how it works. They see
Yeah, Shark
things, they copy
Boy
things.
back in the day. My son
I was just gonna say Gary as a kid. Would your kid wear a mask if it was on a cool Impact wrestler?
oh hell yeah. My son
This is money Impact. This is money
I'm
Impact
sure
in your pocket.
I'm sure if he saw that my older son had that Shark Boy mask, he would have wanted to wear it.
Oh, you still got a Shockwave mask, you bastard?
Yeah, it got included in something we bought, and it was kind of like, what? I think it was the Shark Boy.
Does it fit on your gigantic head or just your kids? Also, no
No, this
offense.
one size fits kids.
Also, no offense, which I like saying after saying something really messed up. Okay, then the main event, or I guess you want to call it that, was Tim Burr, which I know is Josh. And who the hell is Boris Alexiev? I'm guessing that was
Oh, that was by Santino.
that was Santino?
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was the other dude. I thought it would have been Santino's big friend from
I think pretty sure it was. Yeah.
well, I don't think anyone's gonna be paying attention or really care that much, but yeah, Josh got the win, and that is nice, I guess, putting Josh back into, well, I don't know.
Yeah, it's totally Santino because I'm looking at his ring gear. It's very reminiscent of.
Oh, R.D. Evans was here.
Oh yeah, he played a good. He's a very good manager type character. I don't understand why he isn't like coming to the ring. Like that would be a good way to get Shira. Kind of like give him something. And I thought it was really cool to have him kind of be a knockoff of Aquaman here.
Yeah, very cool.
I thought it was really cool, and he looked the part. So
Yeah.
R.D. Evans.
That's one of those people whose name I've seen for years, and I don't really know what they do, but you know what I mean? Like R.D.
Yeah,
Evans,
he's not a half bad wrestler either, Jay. I've seen him actually do a full moonsault before.
well, use these guys if you got them when you need them. What the hell?
He's good.
What's the name? Hall actually caught a bunch of names here, so this will make a little more sense out of things. Jack Price was the part of the Express with Sabin, so that's cool. Jack Price getting time. Ordinary Otis Oates and Hard Harry Hall apparently used to wrestle in Memphis. Okay, I don't know if that's fake. Sorry. I'm trying to get real names here to point out who's who, but okay, that's all I'm doing. I'm done. I've done enough work here with this show.
Oh, with IPWF.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Well, you wanna?
Because Hall has a bunch of the names written and I just wanted to make sure. You're right. Okay, Santino Morello, Formal, an evil Russian, and he had Alpha Bravo with him. Good lord, this dude just wait. Was it
revert?
Sorry,
kind of just think of it like kind of like the reverse version of
was it
Sergeant
actually
Slaughter?
Was it Alpha Bravo though? Like it wasn't a different name. It was Alpha Bravo.
I can't really.
I mean,
yeah, I can't remember.
I gotta say yes. I mean, I'm gonna say you can. Anyone out there can tell me I'm wrong, but this is what 411 is saying, and Hall, who nailed all the names on this thing, so I'm gonna say he's right. And if this is true, that means the only person on this show who didn't change their name would be Bravo, which means it's such a lame name. It would fit in whatever goddamn year this is, and they think it's cool these days. So whatever. Screw Bravo, get him off TV. Why is he a thing? Put someone like this Evans guy on TV who can actually wrestle, talk, you know what I mean? Back up bullshit and whatever. I don't want to get mad about Bravo. It's not worth it. Okay,
Yeah.
what's coming up? What's coming up next, Gary? With Impact.
Oh, you might want to break down this Saturday's live event, Final Resolution.
Oh shit, that's Saturday. Oh, I gotta say,
Yeah.
man, not really
I didn't know
loving
if you
this
wanted
one.
to.
I mean,
Do you want to run down the card in order, and we'll do predictions?
I mean, is it me or is this not the best looking card? Well, really quick, ready? Eddie Edwards and Edwards and Myers. Like, why is that a team? Because Moose shit in someone's bag? Either way,
Yeah,
that's a
I don't know.
ridiculously obvious match that I don't even think needs watching. ABC is not losing the tag titles, and why are they getting a tag title shot? This takes me back to the whole goddamn going crazy over why do people have, you know what I mean? Those, what are they called? The cash-in things, like when so many random people are getting title shots.
Yeah, this is definitely the more, shall I say, probably the most weakest build for any of their live specials this year. But I do like the Final Resolution name for the final show of the year.
Yeah,
but
me too. Yeah, maybe make it a little better, and maybe like tease TNA a little, like maybe have like a TNA match or something. I don't know. Kazarian versus Sheldon Jean on the preview show. That's cool. I like Sheldon Jean getting time, but again, obvious win for Kazarian. That could be an Impact match.
And is it me, or is it just seeming like they're just doing one pre-show match, Jay?
Ooh, let's not even get into that yet.
Well,
might be an extra one in there, but yes, I have not seen a second pre-show match.
Unless
I feel like Jason Hotch versus something should be, but it doesn't say it is. Also, what the hell is that?
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me explain it better. Why is that on a pay-per-view or a special? I mean, I like Hotch, but Jesus, what has he done to deserve a match on here?
Yeah, and like we haven't really seen Jake something doing much of something lately.
Again, they brought him back, pushed him to the moon, and forgot. Again.
Yeah.
They've done this how many times with this guy? 5 times? 5 years in a row? Like, it's like, did I not realize it's frustrating for fans? Like, how are you supposed to get behind a guy that they push like these Goldberg and then they forget about him for a month? He's our Wardlow.
Yeah.
He's a worse Wardlow. At least Wardlow gets a title sometimes. This dude just vanishes. So whatever. I don't know why that's a match, except something will get a win and maybe another push for another month before they forget about him. Then we got Dreamer and good God. Dreamer and Diener. Dreamer, I don't know, I guess this is gonna be some kind of shit match. Whoever shits first wins or something. I don't know. That's the digital media title that I really hope they drop. They had a chance to call it the DMC, get that hooked, you know what I mean? I think fans would have went with it, but digital media title sucks. Doesn't mean anything. TV title would make sense. Anything would make sense.
Honestly, I would like to see them kind of change Diener's that name. I kind of feel like it has too much ties to.
Yeah, I think Diener needs to be taken. Certain people just need to go away for a while, and I think that's a big problem. I think that's a big problem with Impact. They don't do that. Like Johnny Bravo, instead of taking him off TV, they change his thing. Like Diener, he was part of a terrible group. He has to be off television for a while. Like, no one's gonna give a shit about this dude. Doesn't matter what he does.
I honestly think the way to go with Diener is to have Jake something. If you're gonna have to have the design around, why not have him be a new member? It'd kind of give a purpose.
I mean, what's the positives of keeping the design as opposed to just making a new group with something?
I don't want around, but remember I had addressed that question to Cody on his channel on YouTube, and
oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
he kind of more or less said, "Stay tuned."
So, okay, well, I mean, maybe they still got some design shirts to sell, which I'm not sure. That's the only reason I would say keep with them more. But you know what I mean? I feel like once you kind of have a shit stable, it's a shit stable in people's minds, and that's a shit stable, and I don't think it's ever going to not be, sadly to say, but whatever. Mike Bailey, Trey Miguel. Now, there's a damn good match, and I believe possibly the only one of the show. Although we've seen it a bunch of times now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a good match like towards the upper part of the card with Motor City
Knockouts?
and Alexander and Zack Sabre Jr. making his Impact debut. That's
Yeah.
probably going to be if not the best match, close to it.
Well, forgive me. I've been looking on. Oh, no, there it is. I'm sorry. Sabre Jr. Yeah, that's a damn good match. Josh,
Just because of how well known Zack Sabre Jr. is worldwide.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I know how it ends. Josh and Zack Sabre win. It's not. It's not. Yeah, you can't win 2 titles. Zack and Sabre win. Maybe you get into some little tiff. Sabre says, "I'm going to be back in TNA because I want to face Josh," and then a month later he signs with WWE. That's life. That's fucking life. Just who was that? That other dude just did that, and we were like, we were all excited to have Ospreay back. I mean, but you can't blame WWE. The guy's a fucking monster, and anyone should have signed him. I mean, I was shocked he was out there. And then we also got Moose and Rhino, which I give no fucks about at all. I don't want. Sorry. I mean,
the only thing.
Sorry. Let me just say this. Okay, go ahead, Gary.
I got to say about
I already ruined it. Go ahead.
for kind of defending Tad, it's kind of the battle of the spears in this matchup, which is kind of interesting point. Other than that, I'm not highly motivated for this match.
But I gotta say, when I say I don't I don't really love Rhino. I mean, it's on a totally different level than someone like Dreamer. Like Dreamer, I look at and like you can literally just look at the graphic for his match. His face looks sad. He literally has a sad face on. Like Dino looks like he's fighting. Hotch looks like he's fighting. Something looks tough. Everyone in these fucking pictures looks like they're ready for a fight. Tommy Dreamer looks like he's about to start crying. It's like it's. And if you look at Rhino, he looks like a murderous monster in the picture. And like, you know what I mean? That's what he is. But whatever. My point is, like, I don't really dislike Rhino. I guess it's kind of the situation. Like, I'd like to see him in a tag team, and I don't know why he's not. They're dying for tag teams. Put him with Myers. How's that? Myers and friggin' Rhino. Jesus, you got one guy who can talk.
A little bit of
and a monster.
You kind of brought out a little bit of ECW alumni news here, Jay, with the Rhino mention. I guess Spike Dudley showed up at GCW recently.
Yeah. And supposedly it was for a good cause, but I did not read what the good cause was. But it was a good cause, so good for him for doing a good cause, even though I don't know what that cause is, and my voice just got super high. And then there's the Knockouts tag team match, Trinity and Jordan versus Deanna and Giselle, and I'm afraid this will be the end of. I'm afraid this will be the end of Deanna.
Yeah,
she's not on the graphics for that show we mentioned earlier, and this one's gonna hurt. This one's gonna hurt. She's been so solid over the years, and I mean, if you look next to her, it's Giselle, and again, like all due respect, but like that would be the next top heel on the roster, and going from Deanna to Giselle is, going from like Roman Reigns to fucking.
Yeah, if you're a huge,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even have
out there of Deanna, you might want to invest in getting Impact Plus this month, because this might be the last time you'll see her in an Impact ring. As much as it'll pain Jay to have to deal with.
Also, maybe not, because her husband is there, and
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see though. And yeah, we're out of time. Well, we're running out of time. We got about 20 seconds, and I wanted to mention that I rewatched the latest Indiana Jones movie, and it's not totally terrible if you just don't pay attention to that girl. Sadly, she's a co-star of the movie and takes over most of it, but the beginning was awesome. You know what I mean? Did you see the beginning?
No, I haven't.
Oh God, you haven't seen it? Oh my God, the first 20 minutes, it's like a fucking younger Indiana Jones movie. It's amazing. It's maybe the best 20 minutes of Indiana Jones.
lately when I watch a movie of that length, I usually don't have the time. I don't.
That's fair.
Isn't it 2 hours plus? I kind of stick with the hour and a half
You
thing.
know, this one's like 2:35. And I mean, geez, if you
Yeah,
got
that's
long,
what
like
I agree.
it's just totally. No, movies shouldn't be that long, but that's a whole nother thing. Like what happened in remember 90-minute comedies and stuff, 90-minute horror
Yeah, well,
movies. There is now a section on Netflix that says 90-minute movies. Like they're like dying.
I think Jaws kind of nailed it to a T. That it was just under like 2 hours. That's what I mean. That's perfect. Hour 40, 45, 50, somewhere around there.
Yeah, well, even though it has nothing to do with wrestling, maybe we should do a little thing on that sometime at the end of one of these shows. Like,
Yeah,
pick a bunch of top movies and just see how long they are. I don't know. Whatever. That's it for this week. We'll catch you next time,
yeah.
like every goddamn week, because we don't take weeks off and we don't change our teams because we are real and we are legit. And we are sponsored by alldistractions.com. Check it out.